With the launch of all the new big driver ranges in 2026, we have one huge question. Which one is the easiest to hit and which one is the most forgiving? Well, in today's video, we're going to put that to the test because we have the brand new Ping G440k driver and the new TaylorMade QI4D Max driver. Both these drivers do feature huge forgiving properties. They feature movable weight technology and of course feature tons of carbon fiber. So this is a perfect day for me to test this because I've been hitting it like so. Perfect time to do it. Now the TaylorMade features a little bit of what I think is a secret weapon here. We'll get into this as the test goes on, but we're going to test them out here on a blustery, cold Woolley Park Golf Club, and we're going to use the full swing monitor as well. So if anyone wants to check this out, I've been using this for testing for a couple of weeks now, and I'm absolutely loving it. So if anyone wants to look at it, it's linked in the description below because I'm really enjoying using it. Right. TaylorMade to kick things off. Now, I haven't done much with this TaylorMade driver. I reviewed the core model, I reviewed the LS model. We actually had a bit of a mishap with this, but it's all sorted now. So we have the through slot speed pocket, we have a lovely carbon sole, and we have movable weights both front and back. And of course, that reinforced carbon face and lovely carbon sole. There's more carbon on this than you could shake a stick at. So what is forgiveness, Bob? We're going for the longest. We've got both of them in 9° straight. It's grow up, Bob. Right. Are you seeing that? That was absolutely outrageous. I feel like I owe TaylorMade an apology here because we're in the fitting. So the TaylorMade core model, the QI4D, I think is one of the best looking driver shapes I've ever seen. They went away from this kind of slightly bigger shape in the core model and put this in the Max model. So this is a similar shape to the QI35 core model. Now we look at this as the first shot. Spins a touch high at 2.9, but ball speed at 155, carrying 260, and it's a 274 total. So straight off the bat, I mean, we'll show you the shot tracer again. For a gentleman who said he's swinging like I'm absolutely all over that. Should we go one more with this? Give him a couple of goes, because I really do feel like all the brands have started to realise that yes, golfers want forgiveness, but they also want the potential for low spin and distance in the same model. And that's like saying you want an amphibious car, but that's exactly what the guys at TaylorMade and at Ping are setting out to do. That launched so easily for a 9°, that's frighteningly good. That's a better low launch. I would imagine that might not carry as far, but I reckon the total distance will be more because of the spin. What do we have? 260 carry. Again, I'm quite happy with that on the golf course. Better spin at 2.5. Ball speed, again, around that 155. Good club head speed there. The one thing I noticed with the TaylorMade, I am gaining club head speed on all the others. The aerodynamics is really impressive. 277. So 277, that's the longest we've got so far. We're going to test them on a couple of different holes, but is anybody else a little bit annoyed with Ping? A little bit peed off with Ping because they've done it again. They've released a club that looks phenomenal, but in the same family of clubs as last time, which I think, could you have given us this last year? I'm not too sure. But we have an adjustable weight in the back there. It doesn't move very far. One of the things I'll say about this, like you can move it from there to there and there to there. It's not a huge area that's moving, is it? But we do, of course, have that lovely carbon fly wrap now, which extends all the way to the bottom of this club. So we'll see. Am I too close to that? Well, I moved back there. I feel like I'm moving around a little bit, but I think that's long, that. That sounded really good. I really enjoyed that as a shot. Interesting, so club head speed, just like I said, is down just a touch at 108. Carry 257, ball speed 157, 276. So really impressive. To be honest, really impressive numbers with all these shots so far that we're testing. And this is where have I been wasting my time for years and years trying to test the low spin models, trying to test the tour models. Realistically, is this where we're at home now? Is this where we should be? The head looks really good actually on here, apart from those hideous turbulators. Oh, that's left. That's left. That's the first one I've got a bit quick with. It was centre struck, but I have shut it down just a touch. 2-3 spin, ball speed was up because of the pull. 108 club, very consistent club speed. 278. Can we count that? We're not counting that though, because that's not on the fairway, and we're trying to test forgiveness in drivers, so I'm not going to count that one on the test unless if we find it. If we find it, maybe not. So when you're spending north of £500, even £600, looks of a driver is vitally important. We've seen so far both these drivers can perform really well. They both have lots of adjustability. They both have lots of carbon. Now, when it comes to the visuals, I think the TaylorMade QI4D is one of the best looking drivers I've seen this year. I love the colour scheme, I love the name, I love the branding, and I love how this Mega Forgiving Max version still looks fantastic, still looks fairly sleek. Even with the inertia generator at the back there, it still doesn't look a little bit odd. We have the through-slot speed pocket, we have the adjustable weights, and we have, of course, that enhanced carbon face. Now, when it comes to the ping actually looks very similar to the standard G440 Max and of course the G440 LS, which I absolutely loved. It does have the carbon sole, which I think gives it way more shelf appeal, and it is Ping's first Mega Forgiving driver with the adjustable weight on the back, even though it doesn't move that far as we've mentioned. We do have that forged face on here, that features spin consistency, but it gets on top, and we do have that carbon fly wrap, which looks nice, but again, it's these, and these are going to be very subjective. I'm not a huge fan of them. I don't think they look very good. We pop both these drivers down at the play position. You can see I think the TaylorMade looks a lot cleaner and a lot sharper. If you're a huge Ping fan and you do like the look of the turbulators, it's going to be okay. For me, I think the TaylorMade looks way better than the Ping personally. It's very, very subjective. It's not objective, Bob, is it? It's a subjective matter. Guys, comment below, which do you think looks the best? When it comes to feel and sound, they're very, very, very close together. So one thing that's really impressed me here is the grouping that we've seen as we come up here. We've got a couple of balls side by side. We've got another one just by Bob's foot there, but unfortunately we do have one lost on the left from the Ping. It might not be lost, but it's that cold. We'll pick these up and we'll move on. Okay, so far the TaylorMade is taking it by a solemn 1 yard, but very, very consistent, as you saw there, with the dispersion on the fairways. It's time to introduce the TaylorMade's party trick. So we've mentioned about how much carbon fibres in both these clubs. That means the discretionary weight can be moved to make them more forgiving, to make them 10k inertia. But what I can do with the TaylorMade, which we've never done before, is I can put the heavy weight in the front, and I can actually make it a lower spin driver while still having the properties of a forgiving driver. Remember earlier, Bob, I mentioned about the amphibious car? This is now what we're talking about. So I can move the 13 gram weight up to the front. That should shift, well, it will shift CG forward, but it should lower spin rate just a little. You know when you get a fitter, they have like an electric one that does this, don't they? Like, my hands are so cold, Bob. Orlando soon. Look at the size of them, look at the difference in those weights. I mean, you would anticipate that they look very different, wouldn't you? But, right, 13 in the front, 14 in the trunk, 4 in the trunk, Bob. Can you say that?
Trunk in the trunk.
You can't say that. That's weird. And then I think we can get this up to like nearly a 270 carry, which these temperatures is pretty good. See, with the Ping, you don't have that amount of adjustment. I think Ping have done a good job, but I would love to see them just give a bit more, really, with it being a new year and a new driver. You can really see how that's launching so much lower just with changing that weight. Still 9 degree. And there we've got very similar 278. So that's the total number. Not carried very far, but again, club head speed 110, ball speed 160. Really, really impressive there. Let's go Ping 278 to beat. And the beauty about that is it's in the fairway, isn't it? It didn't look like a kind of high floaty shot. It looked like a proper drive. Right, Ping. You need a 280, realistically. That's so easy to launch. And the thing is, with that, because the weight is at the back, I don't feel like I can play that really low one, but 109, 28, it's a 273 carry. I did say we were going to try and get these up into the 270 carries. Ooh. 281 total. We said it had to be a 280. It's produced a 280. So far, the Ping takes the lead. Let's jump onto the last hole into the wind. Let's see how good these drivers can perform, because that's one thing that you might struggle with if you look at one of these forgiving drivers. Maybe into the wind, it's not quite as good performing as a low spin one. But look at those shots we've just hit there. Can we just discuss that side spin? Side movement, sorry. 1 yard left. The wind moved at the rest, but 1 yard. Okay, so far I'm absolutely loving this test, and I hope you guys are as well. I think the tech that both these companies have come out with this year is pretty much second to none. Now, the TaylorMade for me, I think could be the biggest story of the year. We have that improved roll radius on the face, which does make spin characteristics a lot more consistent where you strike it from the face. And I remember going down and getting fitted from the guys at TaylorMade, and it really did kind of ring true that. So we're into the sun here, so I apologise if you can't see the traces very well, but we're going to give these all we've got into the wind this time and see what kind of numbers we can generate. TaylorMade QI4D. That felt a little bit toey. Couldn't really see it into the sun. Ball speed was down a little bit. And we have, see, this is where it gets impressive. 263, 2112 spin and a 270 total. Now, for a shot that didn't feel overly impressive, and I always struggle to commit to a ball flight when we're like into the sun as well. This is where I do really enjoy testing out on the golf course with numbers, because sometimes it's okay to jump in a studio and basically keep hammering balls, isn't it? But until you kind of can stand here and commit to a shot, I think it's very, very difficult. Can we get up towards that 280 mark we got with the ping? Oh, that wasn't very good. That wasn't very good. And this is where, when I said at the start of the video, I haven't been swinging amazingly. So I've been hitting it like club head speed better, ball speed down, spin rate up. That was a heely shot. 245 carry out the heel, 276. So realistically, we're starting to generate some pretty good numbers there with the TaylorMade. Should I have kept the TaylorMade in the more forgiving setting maybe? That might be something to think about as we do move on. Right, 2 goes with the ping. And I feel like, really, if you're in the market for one of these drivers, there's a chance that you're not going to be disappointed with either of them. Right, ping seems to have been coming out higher. Didn't really see either of those shots, so this will be interesting. Felt like a pretty good one with the ping. Is that just cutting the corner, I think? I think it is. 267 carry from a 160 ball speed, 2,500 spin. Again, club speed down at the 108. 285 that time. The ping really has come to play, hasn't it, on this party? And I must admit, if you want either of these clubs, I honestly think go get fitted for them. Go somewhere like SGGT where you can try them all with lots of different shafts and lots of different offerings. But I don't think you're going to be disappointed with any of them. Let's really open the shoulders up on this and see what we can get from this ping. That's good. That's good, and that feels solid. We might get down there, Rob, and not find one of them because I don't know where any of them have gone. That's the first shot with the ping. We've got up at nearly a 110 club speed, 158 ball, 2-3 spin. The spin numbers are really impressive with all of them. And again, it's a 285. So guys, if you're in the market for a 10k forgiving driver, but you don't want to sacrifice power, speed, anything, get yourselves in the market for one of these. I'm going to go one more because I'm really, really enjoying myself. Guys, if you've enjoyed it, smash that subscribe button below. I feel like Gary Martin here. I've got stuff everywhere. As hard as we've got to finish the video. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that could be a gamer, to be honest. In 2026, 110 club, 160 ball, 274 carry. Guys, if you've enjoyed that, smash the subscribe button below. Thank you so much. I love both of them. I think the ping's done well for me there realistically, but I love both of them. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.